welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline Elizabeth, but you can call me Jackie, and this is officially a writing vlog. And I'm actually going to be writing, which is kind of a first. Not editing, I'm not outlining, we are diving in. The goal for the day, the goal for every day, is 2,000 words, but I can't do that if I don't have my scrivener file set up. So we're gonna figure out how I'm setting this one up. This is gonna be different than I think how I normally set up my scrivener files. And we're gonna see. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you over a little bit so I can have full view of my computer, which is directly behind you. Record my screen and we can, figure out how I'm setting up the scrivener file together. Alright, I think we are screen recording. So I've opened up a scrivener on, let's make it a little bigger, I think. Yeah. So these are all the different templates that I have. It's like I normally use either novel or nano or novel with parts. I'm gonna go ahead and create one. Novel. We're gonna call it book one. I'm okay. So let's see. This template. Okay, beautiful. So I have 40 chapters, so we're gonna this is dual POV. I'm gonna just, I think what I'm doing is just create. I think I'm just gonna name all of these so that they're the proper chapter with whoever's perspective it is for the chapter. And then I'll do, so that's 1 through 10. New folder. No, that's okay. We're gonna, it's part of the manuscript. So we're gonna 1 through 10 go into the folder, and this will be Act 1. And then we're gonna do another new folder. We're gonna call it Act 2. Now, is this really going to be folder? How it's divided up. No, that's not what I wanted. Oop, there we go. 4. But that's just so I can have, you know, smaller sections. So I'm gonna, yeah, go ahead and do that. And then let me just see. I could change icon. Okay. Right now, actually, here's what we're gonna do. Where's that? Change icon. Act 1 is gonna get a pencil because that's kind of gonna be what I'm currently writing. And then the rest of them are going to get that outline. Same, and I think I'm just gonna do that with maybe on the chapters, I don't know. No, wrong one. Pencil. Can I do change icon? There we go. Beautiful. And then I think what I'm going to do when I'm like done with chapter, say I finish chapter 1, we're going to just go icon. What's a good icon for when I'm finished? When I'm finished, I think I will then when I'm finished, I will probably just make it a little, I'll check it off. But we're gonna go back to the pencil for now. And then here we go, that's where I'll start writing. Okay, the other thing I want to do is customize toolbar. Is that? No, it's not. How do I do it? Project. Right? Is it show project targets? So manuscript target. We're gonna right now go for 80,000, and for the session will be 2,000. And then options, I'm gonna give myself a deadline of 12/31/24. Yep. And so that tells me I have 42 days left. So that's what we have set for right now. I'm gonna probably fiddle around with it a little bit more. But that, I could stop recording my screen. That is it. That's what I've got. Yeah. Now it's time to start writing, I guess. I think what I want to do first is in my bullet journal, I'm gonna just make myself a cute little spread to track because that's fun. So we have 42 days to get this done. So now it's time to get working. So I will see you when I have some sort of an update. Okay, so here is my little tracker that I've made. Just I wrote into your writing tracker, and I just made a box for every day from today until the end of the year. And then we have our little color key for the different colors of like what I'm gonna fill in each box with how much words I write each day. So yeah, you're gonna get to see a lot of her as I fill her in. Hoping to see a lot of these three. Hoping for a very neutral palette, but I love the color. Hi! Okay, so it has been quite a while since we last talked. I believe the last day we talked was Tuesday. It is now Saturday, and I figured I'd give you a little update, a little writing update, while I fill in today's, we don't need to see my to-do list, but today's block. And yes, that was a lot of pink and purple. Mostly purple, but we're going in today with, I believe this is beige. Yes, with beige today. Because today was the best writing day I have had yet in this book, in this draft. And yeah, so let's talk about it. So, today I wrote 1,321 words. And now, I know, I had said my goal was 2,000 words a day. I know I said that. Today was the first day I got over 1,000 words. So, progress. Basically, what has been happening is I've been working closing shifts all week, which means from Tuesday up until yesterday, I worked every day, like 1 to 8:30. I'm doing it again tomorrow. Tomorrow I actually work 12 to 8:30. And then I start having some earlier shifts, and I won't have another one of those late shifts until like mid-December, which I am so grateful for. But that has made it very difficult. Because for me, my morning routine has been, as I wake up, I sit in bed on my phone for like an hour. That is a habit I do want to break. And I will get there eventually, but not yet. And then I have breakfast, I work out, I shower, I do my hair and makeup, and then I get to my desk. And that takes a while. And if I'm working at 12 or 1, that means I'm leaving the house about a half hour before. Which means about a half hour before that, I am finishing up everything here so I can make my lunch, dinner, food for my break. And oftentimes, recently, because I've been working out at 1, I've been leaving the house at 12:30, that means I'm having lunch and making my dinner. So, and if I'm not getting out of bed until somewhere between 8 and 9, by the time I'm actually at my desk, I have maybe an hour. And not that I can't write a lot in an hour. If I really want to sit down and just write for that hour, I could theoretically get a lot done. But there's a lot of other things that I should also be doing that I haven't been doing. If you follow any of my other social medias, you will know I haven't been active on those since mid-October. It's been over a month. I need to start creating content again over there. This has been really fun. I've been really, really enjoying doing this and kind of talking process here. And I think I'm going to start doing a little bit of that on like TikTok, posting those again as reels, and also on shorts. But creating content is kind of a lot, and I get very overwhelmed with it. I'd love to just sit here and write. The other thing that I do when I sit here is I open up YouTube, and I currently have a little like playlist of videos I've yet to watch. Right now, I have about 10 videos I haven't watched because today was my day off, and so I have been putting those on. But sometimes I just sit here and I put on a video, and I do a double screen thing. On my iPad, I have the video up there, and then on my laptop, I have like my manuscript up, and I will end up just watching the video and not actually writing, which is fine, right? Like, it's not the end of the world, but I'd like to be not doing that. I'd like to actually be writing. And I think that'll just come with time. I will say this, each book I work on has its own issues. When I think I started draft with the 8 Slopes, on my first draft there, I had no idea what I was doing. I knew nothing about story structure, and like nothing of like romancing the beat, save the cat, none of that. I was just like, I want to write a romance novel, and here's how I'm gonna do it. And I think that was probably one of the more difficult things with that. With Kyle's book, I didn't outline, and I just kind of dove into it. Here, I think I'm finding, I always struggle with character voice in the first draft, and I think I'm getting in my head about it, and I'm trying to just, get it onto the page, because I can't really, personally, I don't think I can find my character voice for these two characters without literally just writing them, like I need to write these girls so that I can figure out kind of who they are, how they talk, and then we go into more of that when it comes to the second draft and so on. So it's been a bit of like lack of time and just the mental hurdles that start at the beginning for me. But today, like I said, I wrote 1,300 words, which is the most words I had. Literally, like the 19th, I wrote like 194. The 20th was a better day. It looks like that's 552. Thursday wrote 180, and then yesterday was 145. And today was 1321. So we're working our way up there. And I do think I've just finished the first chapter. And I may go, I feel like I got to a good place to stop there. But the question, I think, for me now is where exactly I want to pick up for the second chapter. Because where I have it right now was seeing something I'm not sure I actually want to write. And I think I want to pick up directly after. I also feel like when I was writing today, I was just doing a lot of like info dumping, like backstory, and that was kind of frustrating, but I also know like I need to just get it all out there, because all this is information that right now I feel like the reader needs, for it to make sense. It just shouldn't be all in this one just like chunk. It should be more spaced out, I think, through the chapter. But I need to not be thinking about how to rework the chapter. I just need to just like power through. And I think I can do that. I do think I can do that. Yeah. I think I'm happy with sort of the trajectory of the scene, if that makes sense. I'm not sure I love how this character comes off in the scene, but that honestly is going to be a problem for future me. The one thing, though, that I am proud of that I've been doing is, in my outline, there were a handful of characters that didn't get named. It would just be like the boyfriend, the roommate. And I'm not even going to just like bracket, like pick a name later. I'm picking a name, putting it in my character log, and then I keep going. Which is something I'm really, really glad I'm doing and hope to keep doing, because these characters need names and personalities, and I need to kind of discover who these people are outside of the purpose they serve for this plot specifically, because a lot of them may be getting their own books. Perhaps. I'm already having like different ideas as to who the next book could be. There's two I'm torn between right now, I think. We shall see. But we're very early on in the book. Very, very early on in the book, and progress is being made, although it's being made very slow. Tomorrow is another day I'm working 12 to 8:30. The other thing is, like, when I was working like a standard like 9 to 5 last year, like almost a year ago at this point, while I was home during my winter break, I had a very different sort of schedule, especially when it came to writing and writing every day. For me, kind of the way it would work was I had to wake up anywhere between like 5:30, because we'd have to leave the house by like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I'd work till like 5:30, I don't know, leave. I'd get home around like 6-ish, have dinner, be up in my room at around, I want to say around 7, and I'd have an hour before I'd go to bed, or before I'd get in bed at 8, and I just spent that hour, and I would spend 15-20 minutes of that hour writing, but I'd get like 800 words. But I was also in a very different point in the book. I was in like a middle chunk where like I was in that like world, I guess. I'm hesitant to call it like the world because like it's our world, but like in the space of that book. we're like here in this book. I'm not there yet. Emphasis on yet, because it will happen. And I will get there. And I will fall in love with this book. I am in love with this. I am in love with this book. And I'm very much like eager to work on it. Outlining it was so much fun. But I think these first 2 chapters, they were like very straightforward to outline, but they're more difficult to write. I think once I get through the 2nd chapter, it'll come much easier, and we'll start seeing all those high word count days that I have been dying for. But we had our first day that was over 1,000 words, and hopefully there will be more to come. No, not hopefully, there will be more to come. It will happen, because we are finishing this book by the end of the year. Which, the more I say that, the more ridiculous it sounds. I'm like not even 3,000 words into a first draft, and I'm like, December 31st is going to be done. Yeah. It'll happen. It's gonna happen. It has to happen. So, I guess I will maybe see you tomorrow or Monday to give you a final update on the last few days of the week. And yeah, hopefully we keep up with the momentum. But until then,